So this reading is for entertainment purposes only. This is going to Divine Feminine and the Divine Masculine Collective for April 22nd, 2026. So let's start with Divine Feminine. I feel as though Divine Feminine at this moment in time is releasing many limited beliefs about love and about the divine. As the Divine Feminine goes into the subconscious, she is actually releasing a lot of anger and sadness that prevents her from being in her power. And as the Divine Feminine really releases that, she is starting to actually see where she was running from the connection from the Divine Masculine, where she was spiritually bypassing in order to give off the impression that she was more healed than she thought. And I feel as though this is really humbling the Divine Feminine, who didn't see like these particular like distortions. The more she actually delves into the psyche, the more she sees where she is not trusting love, where she is not trusting the divine. And as the Divine Feminine actually heals the witch wound, she is actually feeling a lot of sadness and anger toward oppression and ostracism. And this is helping the Divine Feminine to overcome that fear of judgment and that fear of not being seen and heard. As the Divine Feminine works through the conflict resolution energy trauma, this is causing the Divine Feminine to actually see where she needs to be more mindful and where she needs to really trust that in the process. So as the Divine Feminine ends up unlearning that false belief that conflict always leads to bad results, this is causing the Divine Feminine to really learn how to regulate her nervous system. And the more she regulates her nervous system, the more she sees the assumptions and the fear-based thinking that causes her to manifest like the very worst outcome. She is really practicing being present right now, and this is allowing her to maintain a love-based energy. And that's what I get for Divine Feminine. So this is what I get for Divine Masculine. I feel as though Divine Masculine is also overcoming some limited beliefs about himself and the divine at the moment. As he ends up going into the subconscious mind, he is reprogramming himself to actually be more centered, to be more grounded. The Divine Masculine is really quelling his rage. He is really processing the grief and the anxiety that causes him to try to control his circumstances. As the Divine Masculine actually heals control blocks, this is helping the Divine Masculine to see that he does not always need to be in control. Sometimes he just needs to be present. And he is really working on his avoidant / disorganized attachment style today. He is starting to see a lot of distortions and how he was avoiding himself. Like the Divine Feminine, the Divine Masculine is also seeing the trauma that he's been running from, which he spiritually bypassed in order to give out the impression that he was more healed. And I feel as though this is causing the Divine Masculine to really be brutally honest about where he's holding himself back. And I feel as though as he ends up being brutally honest, he is liberating himself from a lot of cycles that are no longer serving him. As the Divine Masculine continues to go into the psyche, he is experiencing limited belief after limited belief coming up. And this is helping the Divine Masculine to have a bird's eye point of view of what he needs to heal next. So he is yielding to the divine, and most of all, he is allowing his heart to take the lead. And that's what I get for Divine Masculine. If you haven't already, like this video, subscribe to my channel. I post updates about Twin Plays often. If you want to book a personal reading with me, you can DM me, or you can reach me through my Calendly link on my page. I will see you another time. Namaste.